Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob and today I'll be reviewing the Epomaker SK64S Bluetooth wired wireless mechanical keyboard by Epomaker. Now on paper this keyboard has a lot of great features, so I was really excited to get my hands on it to give it a test run. So let's start obviously with the unboxing of the keyboard. When you first get it, pretty simple unboxing. The keyboard's wrapped in plastic. It comes with a keycap puller. It comes with an extra set of keys if you're using an Apple device. And it also comes with a switch puller. Since this keyboard is hot swappable, you could take the switches out and put new switches whenever you want, which is kind of great for somebody who's a beginner getting into this whole mechanical keyboard customization. The other thing that you get with this keyboard is the instruction manual, and something that for some reason is not standard. You get a detachable USB-C cable, which I absolutely love having because it means since this keyboard does use a USB-C connection, I don't have to go behind my desk or under my desk and undo some cables every time I want to hook up a new keyboard. Overall, this keyboard does have a really good build quality, nice and solid base to it. It doesn't have any adjustable feet to change the angle, but when you do lay it down, you do have kind of a slight angle to the frame of the board. And it does have rubber feet at the bottom, obviously to prevent it from slipping, which is always useful. The USB-C connector is on the left hand side, and there is no areas to pass the cable through for any cable management or anything like that. But honestly, for a wireless keyboard, I wouldn't expect it to have any cable management stuff, since most of the time you might want to take it with you on the go, so you don't really need that. And if you want to plug it in, well, the option is right there. So the version I have here that I tested is the white keyboard with the Panda keycaps. Now, just to let you guys know, I initially didn't order this one. So I ordered the gray and white keycaps. So I wanted the white base, but I wanted the other keycaps, and I'll kind of show you what they're supposed to look like. And I ended up getting the Panda one in the box. So I returned it and then ordered the gray and white again. And what happens is I got the same Panda keycaps in the box as well. Checked on the box and it says that it's supposed to be gray white. So I reached out to Epomaker, and actually they contacted me and said that there was an error in shipment and a bunch of their Panda keycap keyboards were put in boxes that were labeled gray and white. So it's being fixed. What they're doing actually is they're really nice, and they're sending me a set of the gray and white keycaps that go on this board, so I don't have to return it. They're just sending me a set of keycaps, which is cool because now I'm getting basically two sets of keycaps because I get to keep the Panda ones and I'm getting the ones I initially wanted, which is nice. The keycaps themselves are really good. They're PVT double shot keycaps, great quality, feel really good. But for a keyboard that's RGB, the keycaps aren't shine through. So the RGB lighting is really only around the keys. It's gonna be hard to see in the camera, but around the keys and not through the letters. But I mean, it still does look good, and you could always change the keycaps for shine through or putting keycaps if that's something that you want. Aside from the Panda and the gray and white, you could always get a gray and black version and a pink and white version as well. So a lot of options for keycaps and colors and style for this keyboard. In terms of switches, the one I have here are the gateron brown switches. They are available in black, blue, and red as well. But I opted to go with the brown ones because a lot of my keyboards are red switches and I'm not crazy about blue ones. So I wanted to go with the brown switches and test them out. So here is a quick sound test with the gateron brown switches. One of the main features of this keyboard is that it has hot swappable switches, which is great for a beginner getting into mechanical keyboards for the first time, doesn't want to do a custom build. If ever you wanted to go down the line and change switches, then these are very easy. You don't have to really go through any taking apart of the keyboard completely. It's just hot swappable switches, so you can just pull the switches out, pull the keycaps out, put in new switches, new keycaps, and use the board with however you like. There is a proprietary software for the keyboard, and you could download it on their Epomaker Skylong website and get that software going. And it's a software that's, I mean, it's a pretty standard software, but it is from a Chinese manufacturer, so it's not the most user-friendly interface, but you're able to customize your RGB, your lighting, you could create macros, you could change the second level functions of what some media keys do and stuff like that. There are no dedicated media keys, but there are secondary functions for them. So you could do all that through the software if that's something you want. I personally don't use macros a lot, so I don't see a need for tweaking the software. And there are already some standard RGB profiles built into the keyboard, and I'm not going in and changing a bunch of stuff. But if you do want to adjust anything, it's nice that the option is there in the software. Overall, I have to say I'm really enjoying using this keyboard. I'm actually debating if this is going to be my new end game or my new main keyboard that I use. For now, for sure, it's staying on my desk for a while, and it's the one that I'm going to be using pretty often. To be honest, I don't see myself switching back anytime soon, but then again, I'm still fairly new to using this keyboard. I've only been using it for about a month now, so I really want to use it a lot more before I make any rash decision and say this is now my go-to keyboard. Besides keyboards and peripherals and mice, there's something that I change pretty often anyway, so I don't really need to have an end game because I'm just going to keep trying new ones. But for the price, it's $110 Canadian at the time of recording. And for all the features you're getting, I think it's a great price. You could get the same keyboard, exact same keyboard without Bluetooth connectivity, so it'll only be wired for $10 less, so just under $100. So if that's something that appeals to you and you don't need a Bluetooth keyboard, you don't need wireless connectivity, then I suggest going for that one. But I am loving the fact that this is a smaller profile, 60% board or 64% board with that extra arrow keys on the bottom right hand side. It's making a huge difference from the RK61 60% board that I have, that although the arrow keys, the function is there, physically they're not arrow keys on the keyboard. And I could always change the keycaps and stuff, but I'm loving the extra keys, the 4 extra keys that I'm getting with this keyboard. So I do suggest, if you're in the market for a 60% or 64% board, you really want something that's portable that you could take with you, so that has a wireless option. The Epomaker SK64S is definitely recommended on my end. I'm really enjoying it. And although the keycaps that I got weren't the one I initially ordered, I mean, I ended up getting the Panda one. So there's like a Panda on the keyboard over here. There's the lime accents. It really grew on me and I'm really enjoying it. The only thing is the Panda itself. If this was an all white spacebar, I think it'd be really cool, because I'm really digging the neon line escape and the V buttons, to be honest. Anyways, that'll do it for my review of the Epomaker SK64S, 64% wired, wireless, Bluetooth mechanical keyboard with optical gateron brown switches. Let me know if you guys have any questions, feedbacks, or comments, and I will catch you guys next time.